Mountain biking is a very adventurous and cardiovascular type of sport that requires a lot of upper body strength and cardiovascular conditioning. But sometimes we push that envelope a little bit too much and get some injuries. So what we're going to do today is show you a little bit of techniques using just your bicycle inner tube to help with those injuries that you may sustain out on the trails. Some of the injuries you may sustain on a mountain bike trail is simply falling off the bike and you're going to reach out. You may fracture your arm. Just close proximity, use the natural body mechanics by splitting the arm close to your body. Use your mountain bike tube as the sling. Really have them support their arms. And you will have the tube, this little tube. You can either go ahead and cut and discard this tube or leave it in place. The only thing that you have to worry about is make sure that it doesn't poke the individual in the arm or anywhere near the injury. You can slide this up through here, place it around the neck. Once again, the valve is not holding, and then place this just like that. They can release. Also, one of the very important things is always trying to splint the things in position of comfort as well as function. You want to check the nail beds. If they have fingernail polish, it's a little bit harder to check out, but you can actually check for the radial pulses. One of the things that really is pretty simple is applying the mountain bike tourniquet. But what we're aiming for is to go ahead and go for the single long bones of the body, meaning we're going to go high up here or high on the thigh. Why we do that is because the rotational capabilities of the arm makes it hard to actually compress the vessels in the arm. So by applying it up high and away from the joint, approximately 4 inches, or using your hand above the joint, okay, this will help compress the actual injury. Using your tourniquet, what we're going to do is, this is the girth edge. You can either make a cut into the mountain bike tube or leave it singular like this. With the person, you want to go ahead and establish your little loop. Stick through the loop here. And understand, if you have hairy arms, this is actually going to pull quite a bit because it is rubber across hair. Right? This is what it's going to look like. Now, you separate this two. Where the bike comes in to make that hard compression is when you split the tubing. When you do this, you want to put a lot of pressure and torque to make this actually start compressing the vest like such. Now, you can either continue to wrap because you've cut the tails, or just go ahead and tie. Tie your knot. This is the makeshift mountain bike tourniquet. This one has to do with blood loss. What we want to do is actually use the mountain bike inner tube to go ahead and apply pressure to the blood loss. One of the little neat things about this is that you can actually leave the valve stem in place as a pressure bar. This pressure bar is going to add additional pressure to go ahead and compress that injury and stop that blood loss. Two of the things that you actually need is just your mountain bike tube, and if you're wearing a bandana or you just happen to have a triangular bandage, you can use this as the means to go ahead and try to stem the blood flow. So we apply, this is the injured arm, we apply our bandage or bandana to the site. If you could, hold that for me with the other hand. The pressure bar, as we call it, goes directly over and as you see it like this. You can push the stem down this, just like that, and you merely wrap. You can wrap it tightly, so this will stop the blood loss. And of course, you tie off the tube, thereby created a pressure dressing using a pressure bar. Now if you have another mountain bike tube that hasn't been used before, they usually sit a lot flatter. If you do have problems with the air inside the tube as you're doing this, you can actually put holes in this, which can be pretty easy. But this is your pressure dressing. Understand too that definitively we want everybody, if they need surgical intervention. This is just self and first aid out on the trail. What we're trying to promote here is self and buddy aid. So that way, if you just carry just a mountain bike tube, which is simple swag that all mountain bikers carry, and a bandana that you either wear or have, or a triangular bandage that you carry. Very simple, very cheap, very effective techniques out on the mountain bike trail. Please be safe.